Guys, so whilst everyone was running about getting their last few bits for Christmas Day on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, there was a bank heist going on that nobody knew about till maybe around Boxing Day, I'm pretty sure, or maybe yeah, definitely Boxing Day, where the banks are back open, right? So on Christmas Eve in Germany, there was a heist that went on that stole that had that the criminals ran off with around 30 million euros, which is about 25 million pound, right? I don't know the whole ins and outs. We're gonna get right into this article, and then we're gonna get into a few clips, right? So Christmas bank heist nets millions in Germany, right? So guys, whilst we're literally just finishing up work, because obviously it started in the evening on the 24th. We finish up work. We're just thinking about Christmas Day, how we're gonna have a day off and spend it with our families. We're gonna go shopping on Christmas Eve. We're gonna go shopping just for our last few bits and bobs, from Tesco, from Lidl, whatever. These criminals go and rob 30 million euros, guys. So let's get right into this. Well, imagine what a good day to plan it, right? Because no banks are open around that time. No one's really gonna think on Christmas Day when you should be spending it with your family. A whole group of people are gonna come rob the bank, right? So Christmas bank heist nets millions in Germany. Thieves breach Sparkasse vault, pilfer valuables from thousands of safety deposits. During the Christmas holiday, thieves in Gelsenkirchen, Germany, executed a brazen heist, making off with an estimated 10 million euros in cash and valuables. Oh, 10 million. But I read somewhere it was like 30 million. Maybe I was wrong. Police reported that the perpetrators drilled through a thick concrete wall to access the vault of a Sparkasse Bank branch. Sparkasse is a German savings bank that provides financial services to individuals and businesses. Once inside, they broke into several thousands of safety deposit boxes. The crime was discovered after a fire alarm sounded in the early hours of Monday, December 29. German shops and banks typically close for several days, starting on the evening of December 24th for the Christmas period. Timing allowed the thieves ample opportunity to breach the bank's security undetected. Dozens of affected customers gathered outside the bank Tuesday, demanding information and expressing their frustration. Witnesses reported several men carrying large bags in the stairwell of a nearby parking garage on Saturday night. A black Audi RS6 reportedly containing masked individuals was also seen in leaving the garage early Monday morning. So guys, I may have been wrong about the Christmas Eve, but it was definitely in the Christmas holidays when everyone's just having fun and not thinking that there's literally a drill being drilled into a vault of a bank, right? So reportedly containing masked individuals who was also seen leaving the garage early Monday morning. The vehicle's license plate was traced back to a stolen car in Hanover, over 200 kilometers away. Authorities are continuing the investigation. A spokesperson for the Sparkasse Bank in Gelsenkirchen has yet to release any information about the incident. The incident has left many customers anxious and demanding answers regarding the missing valuables. Obviously, they have insurance and stuff, so the customers don't have to worry. But the bank, that's a bad thing for the bank, right? Like, how is their security not clocked that? But as you know, some criminals are very clever and they plan things proper. So they actually might have got away with it, but it just depends how far they're going to get, right? So guys, this is the clip. I've been reading some articles. The articles don't even give you enough information. They just literally, they just tell you what's going on. No arrests apparently have been made so far, so maybe these criminals have actually got away with it, right? So let's watch this.
Hey, what's new with you? You see that hole? It's from a crazy bank heist that happened this week. A bank heist? What happened? What's the story? So in the city of Gelsenkirchen here, thieves chose a bank called Sparkasse, which is a local bank here. And apparently they drilled this huge hole, and that hole led them to the bank vault, which had money, gold bars, watches, necklaces. Is what?
Is this,
To the
I don't
bank.
know if that's the actual hole. Let's actually find it. Sparkasse bank hole. Let's actually see this hole, guys. So that is the actual hole. Crazy. Crazy. What kind of machinery you need to get through that? Like, look how thick that wall is. Then it's got another wall. Then another wall. Look how thick it is, bro. Nah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, they definitely was street ready, like they say. You getting me?
Which had money, gold bars, watches, necklaces, family, treasures, everything. And they stole 95% of all the vault. Okay, that's crazy, but how much money is it? Estimates are between 10 and 90 million euros.
So, see, I was right, bro. So there's a high number. Definitely weren't 10 million. I've read somewhere it was like 30 something million.
Investigators are saying that the real number is between 30 million. Okay, it's still a lot. And the police is saying that the thieves apparently stayed in for a few days and waited for everyone to go celebrate Christmas, and then they stole everything.
Okay, so I think they were down there whilst everyone was celebrating, like just before they finished, everyone finished work. They were down there, they waited for everyone to leave the bank, and then boom, they started the drilling and that. Mad.
It's a crazy heist, but at least the people who got stolen from are insured, right? Well, that's the problem though. So each box.
See, when I just said they're insured, because it's a bank, and apparently now he's probably gonna say that they're not insured properly.
Insured for 10,300 euros. So if you got your stuff stolen, that's what the insurance is gonna give you.
So even if you had like millions in there, whether jewelry, pearls, emeralds, whatever, they only can give you back 10k. You would be pissed if that happened to you, bro. Trust me. Imagine you got like even 100k of stuff in there, 50k, bro. You've lost all that money and you're only gonna get 10.3k. Are you dumb?
A lot of people lost stuff that are way more expensive than that. Oh no. And obviously there are the family treasures that cannot be replaced at any price. So if you're rooting for the thieves because they did a very professional, one of the best heists we've seen recently, then don't, because they stole from common people. And our police can't even find them.
Yeah, true. I would have been... It wouldn't be that sad if the bank was gonna pay them the whole thing back, but because they're gonna lose basically everything, all family treasures and whatnot of like probably their great grandmothers and that. Yeah, that's sad. I can't lie. But guys, this is another video on the bank heist. It's called "Millions of Euros Stolen Elaborate Bank Vault Heist in Germany."
Now, it's being described as one of the biggest heists in German history. Investigators are now trying to work out how thieves managed to steal valuables worth tens of millions of euros from a bank in the western city of Gelsenkirchen. Police believe a large drill was used to break through a thick basement wall to reach their loot.
That must be all the people waiting, man. That's sad, man. Common people. That's like, you get me? You know, it's like the opposite of Robin Hood, where Robin Hood stole from the rich, gave to the poor. These men stealing from the poor and just keeping it for themselves. That's sad.
Various customers descend on their bank.
Obviously, the people who are actually robbing the bank, they obviously some criminals have no heart, but some do. So they probably thought, oh, okay, we're gonna rob a bank. The bank is definitely gonna refund these man. They're gonna be only the bank's gonna lose money, not these man. Like, you know how like fraud works in the UK, where if you're an actual fraud victim and you go through a police report and all sorts, like the bank does eventually give you your money back. So you're not technically losing money; it's the bank losing money. So they probably thought this is the same situation gonna happen here, but nah. It looks like the common people have lost their money.
That everything they own has vanished.
I have entrusted and invested all my savings here. I didn't sleep last
night. Well, that guy definitely did not have nothing in there. Why is he smiling? Look.
I have entrusted and invested all my...
You got a little smirk there, bro.
...savings here.
You know, they're probably just random people, like even homeless people. Yeah, my box is in there. My grandmother's stuff is in there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just making shit up, bro. There's definitely people like that in there.
Sleep last night. They're not giving us any information.
He looks like he had something in there, bro. He looks like his great-grandmother, definitely. He's been keeping them on and he left it in there and now it's got took. 95% of the stuff got took. That means everyone literally has had some kind of item missing.
Covered the break-in on Monday morning after the fire alarm went off. Firefighters and police officers searched the bank for
See, the bank's actual, like, where they keep the cash and that. Imagine how secure that is. Why didn't they not keep other people's, like, deposits secure and not like that? You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure if they tried getting into the main vault where the cash was, the alarm would have gone off. Why didn't this alarm not go off? You get me? That's why you just tell the bro, the banks don't care about you, bro. You get me?
fire, but instead of flames, they found a hole in the basement wall and a ransacked vault containing cash, gold and jewellery worth tens of millions of euros.
If someone had a safety deposit box, there's a high probability that it was broken into because 90% of them have.
Some victims fear their losses may exceed the insured value of their boxes. I fear my mother's gold coin is gone. She passed away in 1988. My grandmother's gold bracelets, which I hoped would secure my daughter's future. Investigators are still piecing together how it all happened, but they believe the burglars used a nearby parking garage to gain access to the bank. Police say the evidence points to a highly organized operation.
That's mad.
I would definitely say this is...
These type of criminals, like, it's like very, very hard to catch them. It's still possible, but if they plan it right, bro, they're gonna be steps and steps ahead of you. They're probably already gone, fam. You're never gonna find them.
Spectacular.
Hopefully not, anyway, bro. Like, hopefully they do actually, because obviously they took off the poor people. Look at this guy in the back, bro. He's probably lost money and he's just smiling. That's what I mean. Look at this guy, bro. Like, people are just there randomly saying, yeah, I've lost like 50k as well, bro. Run my money. You know what I mean?
It is really unique compared to anything I've ever seen, heard or read. I have never heard of any similar case, except perhaps on TV.
No arrests have been made and perpetrators are still at large.
For more on this, we can speak now with Michael Levy. He's a professor of criminology at Cardiff University in the UK. Michael, we're going to show you some images on our screen right now, taken in the aftermath of this heist. Talk us through these pictures and what we can learn about how thieves pulled off this heist.
Well, one presumes that they had some level of inside information. Otherwise, it would have been difficult for them to work out what was alarmed and what wasn't, what would be the best technique of gaining access. And there may be some previous video footage from the street or from inside the bank that people will be combing through to see how they did it. But of course, long weekends, as in, for example, the Hatton Garden London safe deposit robbery of some years ago, are not
that one in London. They eventually did get caught like years later, I think, but they did basically the biggest heist in London, innit? They made a whole documentary on it on Netflix, I think, as well. I watched it. It was done by these old men.
Common a thing. They may be uncommon for the Sparkasse.
And you know what it is, guys, as well? Like, some people, it's not even about the money, just the adrenaline they get from that. You know what I mean? Like, these old men just, like, they have nothing better to do with their life. They're just sitting on their pension, and they're just thinking, guys, we got brains. Let's just plan this and let's just do it and see if we can get away with it, right? But obviously it's stupid because by that time they obviously got families and stuff. So why would you risk it? But yeah, man. Like, people just do it literally for the fun, bro. Like, they got nothing better to do with their life. They just come together and just one of them random thoughts when you're like drinking or just around your friends socializing. Like, yo, guys, let's just rob a bank, innit? Why not? Like, you get me? And if you all come to a agreement, you're gonna do it and you're gonna start planning. Especially if you got like the brains to do it, and you know like your friend's clever enough to like plan this type of stuff and that. And you do your role, you play your part. They're gonna do their roles. And yeah, you all come together, you fit like a puzzle, boom, you can get away with it. But obviously the people in the UK that actually got caught eventually, but it was just off some dumb mistakes. They could have got away with it, but yeah, Dean, you never know. These people might have gone away with it as well.
In this particular location, but they're not that uncommon. And people usually learn as a result of deconstructing how it was done on this particular occasion, to look out for the signs more carefully and to have some extra surveillance on long weekends. But it's a holiday season, and one may presume that there was less vigilance than there would otherwise be.
Now, investigators, of course, are going to be looking very closely at that scene that we just saw there at the bank. What do you think their main line of inquiry will be now for them?
Well, they'll be looking for dissatisfied employees or ex-employees or contractors who may have installed.
Okay, so you're trying to say, it could be an inside job, right? There could be employees that weren't satisfied with their job. They're gonna find employees that might have argued with their boss or something, or just like, you get me, not just employees that didn't seem like they wanted to be there, and they just were carrying information and then giving it on the outside for people to do the robbery, right? So obviously that's always going to be one path that they're going to take. They're going to obviously take many other paths, but the inside job is surely one of the main ones that they should be looking at, just because like you're not going to know the blueprint of the map unless you're like someone like that's either worked there or built that place, something like that, bro.
Security at one time or another. So that would be the regular thing. There are questions about, well, why didn't the alarm go off earlier if it didn't? We know that the attention of people looking at security at times like this is sometimes a little bit distracted, so they'll be investigating that. But as far as looking for the offenders goes, so they'll be looking for past and present staff, not just of the bank itself, but of security firms, which is one of the usual sources of information leakage.
Now, there have been many
And they'll be
spectacular...
looking for the backgrounds of...
Sure. I was just going to ask you about about how this fits in compared to other heists of a similar nature. There have been many spectacular bank heists throughout history, of course. How would you rank this one in comparison to others that you've looked at?
Well, it's at the large end of the scale. Normally, when we only get a robbery, the proceeds are less. We don't actually know this estimate of 30 million is based on the insurance levels, which is what the bank may be responsible for, or its insurers may be responsible for. But actually, people may be storing a lot more valuables than are covered by the 10,000 insurance limit, because there might be proceeds of other crimes, including tax evasion.
Pretty sure like the people who are storing it in there didn't know that if we leave it in here, we're only going to get 10k back, right? When the bank gives you in the small print, it might have just said like, oh yeah, you're only covered for like 10k. Obviously, I'm pretty sure everyone who put their stuff in there, unless it was under 10k, they didn't want to be covered for 10k. They wanted to be covered for everything, right? That's why people are so angry, bro. Because they're thinking, I'm thinking I got covered for the whole thing.
That people are hiding the proceeds of. And in a sense, every organization faced with this kind of thing has to think not just of their own experiences, but of other experiences. So I'd say that this is definitely at the high end. And of course, in practice, people think, is this at the high end for Germany? And how rare is this for Germany? The answer is it's rare. But it's a predictable sort of effect. And everybody, from a criminological point of view, we need to think about, why does this not happen more often?
Michael Levy, Professor of Criminology at Cardiff University in the UK. Thank you very much.
So yeah, guys, that was the bank robbery that took place in Germany, right? Yeah, man. I'm hoping that the people who have lost money do get some kind of compensation, right? Because it is a bank at the end of the day, and I'm pretty sure if everyone comes together and tries suing them or just talks badly about them, the bank will do as much as it can to help compensate their customers, right? But guys, that just shows, bro, you get me? There's many things that happen in the world that we don't know about. You get me? We're going on to day behind the scenes. There's so many things happening that we don't find out till years later, days later, weeks later. So yeah, just something like weird to think about, man. Like, just crazy, man. This stuff was going on. Like, literally, we were just chilling, having our day off work, going Boxing Day shopping and whatnot, and these men are stealing 30 million, bro. Like, down there, just drilling, bro. Like, Germany's not too far from England as well, But yeah, guys, it's been your boy PP24s. Please leave a comment. Tell me if you like this type of content. I haven't really seen many people come for this. I haven't seen no one cover this, only the news and that. You know what I mean? That's why I just decided to speak about it. But if you do guys like this type of content, be sure to give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And Turn your bell on to be notified when I do upload. And guys, it's been your boy. Take care, man. Peace.